Alright, what's going on, guys? It's GCP here. Thank you guys all so much for the questions that you submitted on the last video. Got some Advanced Warfare here playing for you guys, so hopefully you guys enjoy that down there. And let's get started with these questions. Thank you guys all for submitting them. The first one comes from Man of Afros. Interesting name. I like it. He asks, if T. Martin had a kitchen knife and he was alone with Ali A, do you think he'd eliminate his main competition? You know what? I don't know what he would do, but I know what I would do. If I had a main competition who was doing really well, instead of killing them, right, with the butter knife, or just killing them in general, I would actually reach out to him and try to collaborate with him and try to see if I can get a shout out. You know, maybe we could work with each other, and I think my channel would be more successful and I would be able to grow a lot better if I did that. Again, I don't know what he would do. Maybe he might get super excited and somehow, some way, accidentally shank Ali. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know how that happened. Just got super excited. I don't know. But I can't speak for him. I can only speak for myself. Next question comes from Project Christian. He asks, favorite NBA team? Has to be the San Antonio Spurs for me. Again, I was sad that, you know, they made a first round exit. That normally does not happen for the Spurs. They were the reigning champs. And that was kind of surprising to me, but you know, it is what it is. At least they won last year. The finals prediction, Warriors or Cavs. I would like the Warriors to win because I'm not a fan of LeBron James. But, you know, it's left to be seen. I don't know what's going to happen, so it's all up in the air. I'm rooting for the Warriors, but again, I'm not going to predict who is actually going to win. Next question comes from Dumplings Pondu. What is the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you? Honestly, there's two that I can think of right off the bat. There might be more, but I just can't think of them at the current moment. Number one, I was with a patient, an older lady. She was a little confused. I was trying to draw her blood, and I put the tourniquet on, you know, that rubber band that you tied on or put on tightly until the veins pop up. And as I did that, I held her arm, and she just held my arm, and she wouldn't let go. And she made this creepy, smiling face. And she just kind of looked at me like, and I was looking back at her like, okay, trying to pull away, like I was trying to pull my arm away, and she just kept looking at me all creepy like, and I was like, lady, please let go of me. And obviously, like I said, she was confused. She didn't know what was going on, a little bit of dementia here and there, but I thought that was very awkward, very weird for me. Secondly, there was a patient with Down syndrome, and for some reason or the other, he tried to grab for my private area, and I was like, whoa, dude, calm down, bro. Yeah, so that was very weird for me. Weird, awkward situations I've been in. Again, there are probably a lot more than I just can't think of right now, but those are the two off the top of my head that I can think of. Pretty awkward, man. Pretty awkward and weird. His second question is, why did you join the Army? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you're in the reserves. Why not active? I'm joining the Marine Corps Reserve. Is there anything you regret regarding the reserves or the Army in general? Why did I join? First of all, it was actually an idea of arrow shots, my brother's, and he kind of, you know, influenced my sister and myself to join in with him. So it was totally his idea, and I thought to myself, you know what, if he's wanting to do it, why not all of us do it? Because we've been playing, or I've been playing, you know, Call of Duty, been playing Halo, all of these military shooters, and at the same time, I was always curious as to what a soldier actually did. What did the military actually do? What is their training like? That whole experience is something I again thought about, and I was like, you know what, I want to experience that. I want to be able to say that I actually was a soldier, you know, in my lifetime, so I can again, you know, share some stories perhaps with, you know, my future kids or my family, just to be able to say that I did that when I know the majority of people out there are not able to do something as extraordinary as that. So that's something that I was also very curious about and wanting that experience more than anything else. And I will say I have not regretted one bit of it. It's really changed me as a person. And why did I go reserve and not active duty? Because I wanted to experience the best of both worlds. When you're active duty, again, that's what you're doing 24/7. When you're a reserve, I'm actually part of the Army National Guard. We go 1 weekend a month, for training with our unit, and out of the year 2 weeks for annual training. And that way I'm able to live as a civilian and, you know, part-time as a soldier. So that way I'm able to kind of balance both lives here. Next question comes from Arrow Shot. He asks, if you have to play either Ghost, Modern Warfare 3, or Advanced Warfare for the rest of your life, which one would it be? If I had to choose, I would pick Modern Warfare 3 just because Ghost is absolutely boring. Those huge maps, I just can't do it. Advanced Warfare, I can't do the verticality gameplay. I can't do well in that game. You know, I can't get beast gameplays in that game. It's really tough for me to do so. So Modern Warfare 3, even though it had a lot of BS in that game, it still had some good streaks. So if, again, a game has good streaks, and I think if they have good gun variety, which I think it did, then it's going to be a better game than the others. And Ghost and Advanced Warfare didn't really have that, you know. I think the Honey Badger was clearly the best gun, and in Advanced Warfare it's clearly what, the BAL or the ASM one. So there's not a whole lot of variety. ACR obviously in Modern Warfare 3, but again the FMG9 Akimbos. What else is there? The Type, what is it, 25 or something like that. These are all guns that are really great for Modern Warfare 3. So there's a lot more variety in Modern Warfare 3 and better streaks than in Advanced Warfare and in Ghost. So I'd have to go Modern Warfare 3, even though I'm not a fan of it. And will Black Ops 3 be as good as Black Ops 1? No, I don't think anything can top Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1 is my all-time favorite game. It's gonna be a lot of expectation for Black Ops 3 right now. First of all, we have to see if it's even better than Advanced Warfare. That's the first step. And then, let alone Black Ops 1, we're gonna have to see. Next question comes from Offworld. Why did you start making YouTube videos? First of all, it just started with this thing that I was watching other commentators, and I was like, if they can do it, why not me? I wanted to share my opinions about the games that I'm playing. I wanted to show my gameplays. So that's what I wanted to show to the world, and now it's sort of like sharing my opinions, and at the same time, how can I help other people, provide some positivity to people that I don't even know. And I've made a lot of great friends off of YouTube off of doing this, making these videos, and it's been very rewarding. It's a hobby of mine, and you know, it gives me something to do. Next question comes from Stain on Mars. All-time favorite movie would probably be Iron Man 1. Iron Man, Tony Stark, I love his persona, and I think that's my all-time favorite Marvel movie and favorite movie in general. Next question comes from Adventure Starts Now. He asks, what color socks are you wearing? As you are answering this question, you know what? Why not just show you guys? There you go. There it is. I don't know if you see that. It's like gray and black. There you go, Adventure. I hope you were turned on by that. Favorite game of all time that's not a first-person shooter? That's easy. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. That RPG game is absolutely so immersing. I've actually downloaded it for the iPhone. It's a really, really great game, and I have been having a lot of fun playing it. Yeah, so all-time favorite. You know, those games just immerse you in their story. Next question comes from Mr. Reyes. I have a final in about 30 minutes, but whatever. I hope you did well on your final, buddy. What is your daily schedule? Daily schedule, if I'm not gone to work, it's pretty much just playing games after I get up, you know, have breakfast and whatever. Or if there's chores, I do that first, of course. And then, you know, play some games, make a commentary, get some gameplay, stuff like that. Go to the gym, come back in the evening, probably do the same thing. And that's pretty much my day. If I have work, then of course get up 2 o'clock in the morning to be at work at 3 in the morning. And then take a nap when I get home, go to the gym, and if I have free time, if I'm not doing something or if I don't have an appointment or a prior commitment, then I'll try to find some time to game. So that's pretty much my daily schedule, you know, going forward. Next question comes from Mr. Donovan28. He asks, do you think Black Ops 3 will stop the decline in sales and boost back interest into Call of Duty? Or do you think that Activision needs to create a brand new IP military shooter for current gen with a completely new engine? First of all, I think Black Ops 3 will, if it's good, if it lives up to the hype. Treyarch has the reputation of doing well. Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, great games. I didn't think so with Black Ops 2 in the beginning, but I've warmed up to it now. Black Ops 3 has a lot riding on its shoulders right now, right? We've had 2 letdowns, Ghosts and Advanced Warfare. So if in some way, shape, or form, if Black Ops 3 is able to at least perform better than Advanced Warfare, I think you can generate some interest back into the Call of Duty franchise with Black Ops 3. If again it is going through all this hype and it's, you know, building up, and it falls short and it's not what people really wanted, then no, Call of Duty's dead after this, because Treyarch has been that redeeming factor for Call of Duty. So if they're not able to do it, then you know what? It's done. It's done. That's it. 3 strikes, you're out. Ghosts, X, Advanced Warfare, X. And if you get an X with the final round with Black Ops 3, it's done. I'm done. That's it. No, I don't think they should come up with a brand new military shooter, because I personally don't think that a lot of people would go forward with that, because Call of Duty has built such a franchise and a name for itself that I think if you're branching off to a new military shooter, I don't think it would resonate with people as much, because people are addicted. Even though it is in a decline, people are still very addicted to the Call of Duty franchise. Next question comes from Edmund Neeson. Who's the worst player on the Spurs, and who should they get in the free agency? The worst player has to be Matt Bonner, man. The Red Rocket, Red Mamba. He's useless. He can't do anything. He shoots threes, and even then, he's not very consistent. So I think he's the worst player. They need to get rid of that guy. He's useless. As far as who should they get in the free agency, I know the Spurs were looking at Marc Gasol, and they were looking at Aldridge as well. So let's see what happens. I think both of them would make great additions to the team, and hopefully they're able to work out a deal with them. Next question comes from Rob vs. Cubes. He has 3 questions. What did you want to be when you grew up, when you were a kid? I wanted to be an NBA player. I was huge into basketball at the time, and I thought that if I got into the NBA, my life would be made. So that was what I wanted to be when I was younger. My best memory with my brother. I have too many. I don't really have any best memories that I could give you as one defining memory. But every day, man, I get to play with him. He's always a reliable teammate. He is so good at first-person shooters, you know, Call of Duty, Halo, you name them. Destiny, he's great at all of these games, and I always have no worry about relying on one teammate because, or you know, pairing up with a random or someone that I don't really know or I'm not too familiar with, because he's always there. So I always have someone to play with. So that's always been helpful with me or for me. And yeah, every time I play is a memory. Favorite non-gaming channel, Niga Higa and Onish Pranks, hilarious channels. Also, KasmG was another one. I don't know if he makes videos that often anymore, but those are the videos that I really enjoy. And he asked, can you solve the Rubik's Cube? No, I can't. I wish I could, but I can't. So, there you go. Captain Price 889 asked, do you play on Xbox 360? Yes, I do, and he says he plays on 360 and the Xbox One. Perfect. I play on both of them. Lychee Man asks, how are you enjoying the new DLC in Destiny? I am loving it. You know, it's all about the grind in Destiny, and this is a new grind. So I've been having a lot of fun with the trials of Osiris, you know, and there's a lot more, you know, armor that you have to get a lot further in your light. So the grind is on again, and it's always a fun thing in Destiny to do. Also, what is it like fighting with the other guy? Arrow shot. I hear he is mean. JK. We don't fight. It's funny. We don't really fight. We get along really, really well. Yeah, so that's funny, because a lot of siblings, you know, you've heard of people, you know, getting into arguments and not getting along with their siblings. But no, my brother, me and him, we get along really, really well. Next question comes from Horns 2900. Favorite kind of car? My favorite all-time car would have to be probably any type of Lamborghini. Probably the Lamborghini Diablo, I would say. I love the design of that car. I love the way it looks. Another great car is the Audi R8 Roadster, which is from the original Iron Man, which I saw. I fell in love with that car. And recently, I think I've been really looking into getting a Challenger, Dodge Challenger. So hopefully I'm able to get that really soon. Next question comes from NJ Pollock. This is the last question. What persuaded you to enlist in the military? It actually came from my brother Aeroshot. He wanted to get in, and he kind of influenced me as well to join, as you know, just an experience. What I wanted most was that experience, because I've been playing games, these military shooters, all my life, it seems, like Halo, Call of Duty. So why not? It was only fitting for me to experience what a soldier actually does, you know, the training. So I can say, you know, I can be proud of the fact that I was able to do that. When I look back on my life, I was able to share some stories with my family, and, you know, be able to tell myself that, wow, he actually did that. Not many people can, you know, say that they were able to, you know, have the experience or be able to accomplish something like that. So that was the main purpose of me enlisting in the military. So thank you guys all for the questions. That's pretty much it. And you know what? I appreciate all of you guys taking the time to watch this video, even though it is a little long, but I appreciate you guys sticking around, and I'll catch you guys on the next one with the regular commentary. This is OG Speed Silva. Till next time, I am signing off.